Hello, isn't there a Yu-Gi-Oh! Fox here? I've got my undefeated first place cube deck profile. Uh, Took it to locals, cubed with a bunch of guys, ended up going undefeated with it. So here's the deck. So I ran one Rika. Really liked it. It's a really good control card. Pop any card on the field. Mill 3. You don't really care about the mills all that much. Also ran a glow up bulb. Global is just insane in this format. Anytime you get a tuner that can bring itself back, it's really good. Jane, good beat stick, gets over like stuff that's 1900. There's a lot of cards that are 19 in this cube, like Spiral Tough, Doom Cal. I mean, it's not really good out to Doom Cal. It's a 1-for-1, but shh. Junk Synchron, really didn't like this card at all. Only time it was ever good is if I had Raikou Engrave. That was my only real target, was to make a quick level 5. Rainbow Karibo, I really liked it. Overall, one of my very few defensive cards in the deck. Spiral Tough, just more spot removal, and it's really strong. Great Eagle, I heard Snatch Steal is really good. I ran a Wicked Witch as well. This card, just turn 1, just drop it. It's really hard for them to out. Bazoo. This is another just one card out to a bunch of problems. 25 is really strong in the cube. So that just beats over any problem cards. One Slip Raider. I didn't find myself normal summoning this if I ever did summon it. I only tagged out once for it. It's nice that it pops a back row. That's the main reason why I drafted it. Vision of Faith. Gotta keep tempo. I have a lot of really good tempo spell cards. So that helps keep me in that advantage. Para, another advantage card. And then I ran a 2-card Teller Engine. Didn't have to search the All-Sam. Just deck thinning. All-Sam's actually pretty decent. Hated the Neb. Summoned it like once, I think. Cyber's Wizard, didn't like this card at all. Basically what it does is it puts a monster to defense, and then he gains piercing if he attacks it. But he only gets a piercing if he moves a monster to defense. Debris Dragon, never synchroed with it once. Whenever I summoned it, I brought something back and then just immediately overlaid with it. Lila, just back row removal. Good Witch. I really like Good Witch. 500 life points for a Book of Moon during your turn can out so many problem cards. False Dyna, help control the game state. Same thing with Thunder King. I mean, just gotta slow down your opponent while you keep your tempo. Snipe Hunter, discard a card, pop a card. It's more spot removal. Then card D to help maintain your hand advantage. That's it for the monsters. That's 22 monsters. Spells, one of MST. Really like it. Super versatile, especially on my deck, because I found myself popping my Mirage a lot with this instead of popping my opponent's stuff. Because all my monsters could pop their stuff. Creature Swap. Normal summon Glow Up Bulb. Creature Swap it, get their strong guy, beat over Glow Up Bulb, and bring it back. Really good play. Graceful Charity. Really good for deck thinning. There's some stuff I like engraved. And regardless, monsters in the graveyard's good for me because I have Bazoo. Instant Fusion, 1 card, rank 4 with Norden. Still really busted. I have a level 3 in case I'm looking for level 3 play. But I only ever use this for Norden. Card Destruction, some more deck thinning. If my opponent is like keeping a lot of cards in hand, and I know like they're like decent cards, like it's good to rip them out of your hand. MVP of the deck, Mirage of Nightmare. This card's insane. I would draw a bunch of cards off of it, and then just, the discard's random, but it's just going through the deck. You'll find more outs to problem cards that you need. I just go through your deck faster. And I ran a bunch of recycle cards like Pot of Avarice. This with the Magician of the Faith, I can just infinite loop this, so like I won't deck out because of Mirage or having that many problems with it. No Mona Crossout. I use this a lot. I was surprised with how good this card was, because this cube format, a lot of people are just setting monsters and playing kind of defensive. and this really punishes them for it. Galaxy Cyclone, another card, just pop back row, really, really good. Offerings to the Doom, just get rid of any problem monster on the board. Skipping your draw phase is kind of irrelevant because you have Mirage. Duality, just deck thin some more because you don't really special summon that much turn 1. It's more like turn 3 or 4 that you really start to go off. Supply Squad, really, really like this card too. Anytime I open this in Mirage, I won. Because anytime they would kill my monster, I would just draw a card, and I would just draw a bunch off of Mirage, and it helped me keep more cards in hand. Is anything that helps me net advantage continuously is just insane in the cube. That's it for the spells. Then I ran a bunch of counter traps. I ran one warning. I ran a strike. I found the strike wasn't as relevant as I thought it was going to be. Like most of the times, everyone's just normal summoning. And just it's just a bunch of beaters. There wasn't very often where I was like, man, I'm glad I had strike over warning here, or like strike over like anything else. Broken Line. This card's actually insane. Anything that's in the same column as it, it's basically a Solemn Judgment for, except instead of monster summons, it's monster effects. Really, really, really good. Definitely the MVP counter trap. I also had a Stellar Knight Alpha. This card was pretty funny. I would set this and then summon Stellar Knight next turn. And this was pretty funny. It was really, really nice. It actually came in handy a lot. Book of Moon. Paleo Canada. Really, really good. Book of Moon's really good. And it floats, which is really, really nice. And last card, Vanity's Emptiness. I actually got shafted this card. I don't know why. I thought it was insane. I could just sit on the Thunder King and then just flip Vanities. And then from that point, I didn't really care. Even if I had Mirage on board, Mirage discarding doesn't make this die. So I can just keep netting my advantage. So for the main deck, 40 cards. For the extra deck, I ran one Rebarian Trick. Never really made it because I have no targets. It was completely useless. But it was a rank 3. Granosaurus. Didn't make this, but I kind of want to make it a few times. Inflicting 1,000 points of damage for killing something is actually pretty strong. I was really surprised with like how good this card actually turned out in the situations I could have summoned it. Emerald, this card is insane in Cube. Just recycling stuff, especially with Mirage going through my deck really fast. This really helps me keep advantage. Lavalvo Chain, I have a bunch of stuff I went in the grave, and just being able to send it there can help extend plays. I ran a Formula. Drawing cards really, really nice. Same thing with Librarian. I've got a bunch of tuners. It's really hard for me to make the Formula, but it's really easy to make Librarian. Just any of my 5s. Armades. This card came insane and clutch so many times. Like I would kill stuff like Sangans with it, or I'd attack when they had like Mirror Forces set. Really, really good. This card definitely hands down won me a couple of games. Brio, I think I only made this like once or twice. It was really, really hard for me to make, A, and then B, most of the time when I could make it, it wasn't worth making. Hand advantage is just really, really hard to keep. And unless I'm going for a game that turn, I really don't want to summon it. And then Mecha Fanabeast, this guy, he's just my level 7 target. I didn't make him at all. Because whenever I could make him, I could make something else that was infinitely better. I made Colossal Fighter a couple times. This card gets really, really strong really, really fast, especially with how fast you go through your deck. There's a bunch of other like faster decks too. There's a bunch of warriors that go in graves. So this card at one point was at almost 4,000. Trish only made this twice, but both times I made it, it immediately ended the game. Because just hitting important cards is just really, really, really good. Especially when your opponent's like low on resources, just making that just really blows out the game. This is my high star synchro. I didn't make it at all, but it's a nice thought. It's a 3k beater. It's okay, I guess. The instant fusion targets, level 3. and Norden. So overall, that's my cube deck profile. If you have any deck edits, any advice, I'd really appreciate it. If you want to go and send a like, comment down below, I'd appreciate it. This is Antheros Yugi Fox, and you guys have a good day.